everybody. My name is Mars. You can call me MG if you would like. And technically, this vlog wasn't supposed to start until tomorrow. It was going to be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday vlog. But today is Sunday, and I just came back from a yard sale. I was literally only there for like 10 minutes, but I think I have the best yard sale haul I've ever gotten. So I wanted to share that. So we're starting this vlog a day early. Absolutely ridiculous of me to do this, but it's fine. So this is a mix of books and like games, and I've got the stack right here, and I'm just very excited about everything. So let's just go through it. First up, we have, still in the wrapper, Alice is Missing, which is a silent role-playing game, and it's by Spencer Stark, who worked on Daggerheart with Critical Role, which is, I think, how I know about this. Because when Daggerheart was first announced and I learned who Spencer Stark was, I looked him up and saw this. But the back says, "In silence we find..." Oh, excuse me. I should drink some water. "In silence we find truth. Alice is Missing is a silent role-playing game about the disappearance of Alice Briarwood, a high school junior in the small town of Silent Falls. During the game, players only communicate using their phones, sending text messages to each other as they unearth clues about what happened to Alice. With a full-length, licensed soundtrack and a structured narrative that unravels solely at the hands of the players, Alice is Missing is an immersive experience designed to be played in one session without the need for a game master." And that just sounds so fun. It is for 3 to 5 players, 2 to 3 hours, and I think that would be a really cool, like, game night activity with my friends, so definitely pick that up. The other board game that my boyfriend and I got is Parks. This is by Keymaster Games, and I learned about this. Oh, look at the cute bears on the cover. I learned about this from No Rolls Barred, which is a YouTube channel here where a bunch of people play board games every week, and I've been watching them for I think like a year and a half now, a little while, and I just really love their content, and I like learning about games, so I wouldn't have heard about this one otherwise, but probably have it sideways. This says, Parks celebrates national parks around the U.S. with art from the 59 Parks print series. Players take on the role of 2 hikers as they trek across a new trail each season to see sights and visit parks. Each journey is unique, with gear, canteens, and photos earned along the way. I think it was really cute when I watched them play it, so picked that up. Then we have, this might be a special edition, I'm not sure. If not, it's just like printed on the hardback, which is usually just for special editions, that's why I think it might be, but I'm really not sure. But I have The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. I have never read anything from this author, but I know he wrote the Foundryside trilogy, and Paige from Pages with Paige adores that series, and I don't know if she's read this one yet, but I know she has it at the very least, and I trust Paige's reading taste, so I picked this up. I've also seen a million other people talk about this, not just Paige. It's very popular. It was recently released, I think. Oh, there's also a different series by Robert Jackson Bennett, City of Stairs, City of Blades, City of Miracles. Interesting. I've not heard of that one. 2024 release. Yeah, actually, I think the sequel might have just come out. But yeah, very exciting. Do I need more books? No, but it was like $1, so I grabbed it. Then we have White Sand by Brandon Sanderson. I think this might just be, oh my god. Excuse me, I do not know what is up with me. I thought this cough had left. Apparently not. I think this might be the first volume, and there's a couple more, because I remember seeing something about this being a series, but I don't really know. But I do love me some Brandon Sanderson. I have technically only read the Mistborn series, both the original trilogy and the Wax and Wayne quartet. I have not yet expanded into the rest of the Cosmere, but this is another way I can do that, because I know this is in the Cosmere. So, just exciting. Then, the last 3 things, which are, I think, the most exciting. If you haven't been here for a while, you might not know, I'm super into Dungeons & Dragons. It is one of my favorite things in the entire world. I don't own any of the rule books. I do own The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which is a campaign guide, but the rule books I've only ever looked at digitally. They had quite a few RPG rule books. They had Call of Cthulhu, which I was tempted to get, but it wasn't the main rule book. It was like a supplementary one. They had Pathfinder, they had a Warhammer book. Lots of really cool stuff at this yard sale. Honestly, if I had spent more than 10 minutes there, I probably could have grabbed like $20 more worth of stuff, but this is still a great haul. Anyway, they had some Dungeons and Dragons books, so now I have the Dungeon Master's Guide, which needs to be wiped off. It was on the top of the pile, so it's a little bit dusty. But I have the Monster Manual with my boy, the Beholder. Another thing you might not know about me is I absolutely love beholders. Like, it's a little bit strange how passionate my interest in beholders is. I think it is because I'm autistic, and beholders are low-key a special interest of mine. But yeah, the Monster Manual, exciting. And then the Explorer's Guide to Wildmount, which is from Critical Role. That's another thing that I'm very passionate about is Critical Role, and I did not know this was what the cover looked like, but it's very exciting. I'm very happy about this. Speaking of Critical Role, though, I think the video was put up last night, but I watched it this morning. The Campaign 4 announcement where they talked about how Brennan is DMing and not Matt. Crazy. Also, the little trailer they played said a new world, so it might not be in Exandria, so not gonna be in Wildmount. Crazy. I don't know. I'm very excited for Campaign 4. Anyway, I am gonna go drink some water and probably get a snack because I'm realizing I'm kind of hungry. And then I will come back here and tell you what the actual purpose of this vlog is now that we are 7 minutes into it. So I will see you then. Okay, friends, I am back now to actually talk about the purpose of this vlog, which is editing. I am editing a novel for a client, which it's not a secret whose book I'm editing, but we just won't get into that. It's not the purpose of this vlog. It's not my place to go shouting about this, but originally the deadline, it was always a soft deadline, but the deadline was the end of July. That didn't happen because the end of July was insane for me for a variety of reasons. I got sick, I had a lot of plans with friends to go out and actually do things, which I don't do very often, but end of July I just had a lot. I also got promoted at work, so I've been training to be a manager. So, lots of stuff going on. I just did not meet that deadline. The new deadline is technically the middle of August, so I've got about 2 weeks. We're gonna see how much I can get done in these next 4 days. So, today, it is currently August 3rd, and it is about 11:30, and I have 5 hours until work. I'm working the closing shift tonight, so I don't have to go in until 5. But I do also have other stuff to get done, like eating dinner and stuff, but that's fine. The next 3 days, however, I'm off from work. I don't know why I have 3 days off in a row, but this week I've just scheduled for Sunday and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I've got a nice chunk of days in the middle there where I have very few obligations. That being said, tomorrow I do have to go to the library because I have to pick up a book before my hold expires, and I also have to return a book before the hold expires. So I'll be going to the library tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning before it gets really hot. I also have to go grocery shopping at some point, but those are little things that are not going to take any longer than an hour. So I'm going to try and get all of these edits done in the next 4 days, but if that doesn't happen, it's not a huge deal. I can just try and get as many edits done as possible. So this is the final proofreading, it is the last round of edits, so I am taking a very fine-tooth comb over everything to make sure I get as many errors and things as I can, because that is my job as an editor. I have 14 chapters left, and the epilogue, so 15. I truly don't know how long this is going to take because I was time tracking for a little bit and I was trying to figure out how long each chapter was taking to edit, but the chapters are all different lengths, so I can't really estimate that. I do have about 70 pages left in the document. I don't know what to do with that number either, but it's a number I can give to you. So I guess I'm just going to get started on some edits right now and see if I can get through a few chapters at least before I end up doing something else. Also, though, I'm not going to try and do big chunks. I can definitely take breaks. I am a big fan of taking breaks. But yeah, we're just going to get going and see if I can get this done, and if not, just how far I can get through. Okay, so it has been 2 hours and I've edited a single chapter. I also had lunch and watched a little bit of YouTube and also read one chapter of the book that I'm currently reading. But that's not the focus of this vlog. This vlog is supposed to be me editing, and I've only done one chapter. I don't know, man. It's just being so meticulous and detailed about it just means I can't focus on it for a super long time. So I'll do a page and then take a little break and then another page and keep doing that. And it just feels really slow going because of that. But I'm going to try and get another chapter done before work. I still have a few hours, but the next chapter is really long, so I'm scared. It's not even that long. It's just longer than the one I just did. The one I just did was about 5 pages. This next one I think is 9. So, yeah. I think I got one more chapter in me though, and it's still fun. I do really like editing. Editing is probably I want to say editing might be my favorite part of the writing process, but honestly, all parts of the writing process are enjoyable for me. But editing other people's works is just a different kind of fun. So I'm very glad that my friend has trusted me to do the editing on this. Not that I'm not qualified to do this. I am. I do freelance editing. But yeah, I'm going to do one more chapter. And if I don't talk to you before I go to work later, then I will see you tomorrow morning. Good morning, friends. Although it is kind of barely morning, it is 11 o'clock on Monday. I'm so tired. I thought I would sleep in a little bit more than I did, but it's fine. I got up when my body was like, hey, you're awake now. But yesterday work was just exhausting, and I got home at 11:30ish because I got out of work at 11 and it takes time to walk home. And I just immediately went to bed. I didn't even make my to-do list or do my bullet journaling, which I do every single night, so that's how exhausted I was. And then I slept in a teeny tiny bit, and I've just been kind of chilling this morning so far. I did my morning routine stuff and then watched a little bit of YouTube, and now I'm here. I did do those 2 chapters yesterday, and now that leaves me with 12 chapters and the epilogue. I didn't end up doing the time tracking. I didn't feel like doing that extra step, so we're not doing that in this vlog. We're just gonna talk about the edits, or the editing process, maybe? I don't know. You know what's going on already. We've been here for a day. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff to do. I've got to go to the library and go grocery shopping. Probably gonna do that soon. I've also got some other miscellaneous tasks on the to-do list for the day. I think the plan is just squeezing in a little bit of editing here and there where I can. and I'll update you tonight instead of trying to take you along with me, just because I've got so much going on. I don't need the added pressure of filming things, especially because a lot of the stuff I'm doing with my boyfriend, and he does not like being in my videos. If you didn't notice, the past 5 years of me making videos, he's never been in one because he does not like it. Yeah, that seems like the easiest route to go, is just coming at the end of the day to tell you how much editing I've gotten done, and hopefully it will be a lot. I think I might aim for at least 2 chapters. Like, if I can get 2 chapters done, I'll be happy with that, because that'll be the same as what I did yesterday. If I can get more, even better. So, yeah, I will see you later on today. Okay, friends, it is now almost 9:30 p.m. and I've just finished editing the second chapter of the day, so did not surpass that goal, but I did hit it, so that's great. I really don't think I'm going to finish editing this novel by the end of the vlog, which is fine because that was a stretch goal anyway, but if I do continue at this pace, I will get it done by the end of the week, which is great. Love that. But yeah, I I just had a lot going on today. Hopefully tomorrow is a little bit more chill and I can actually take you along with me as I do things and include a bit more than editing in this. I know it is an editing vlog, but as we've established, I want to include a little bit more of my daily life in these kinds of vlogs, seeing as we started this out with a very long clip of me hauling stuff from a yard sale. I did also get 2 more books from a little free library yesterday. I got, what was it? Violet Made of Thorns by Gina Chen and Sophie and the Bone Song by Adrienne Tooley. So, more books on my TBR. I have way too many books on my TBR and I just keep adding more and it's so bad. I think I'm over 40 at this point, which is a lot for me. My physical TBR usually sits between 20 and 25. I think if it continues to get this out of hand and I don't get it under control by the end of 2025, then I might implement some sort of TBR takedown style to my reading and my video content, like that kind of situation that a lot of booktubers do. Of course, they tend to do it when they have way more books than I do. Their TBRs tend to be in the hundreds, which I hope I never get to, but I still think that might be beneficial if things continue the way they have been for the past, I'd say, year. My book collecting has gotten a wee bit out of hand in terms of getting books and not reading them. I used to be a lot better about reading things in a timely manner. But anyway, I am going to do my bullet journaling for the evening and then probably get a bit of an early night. And then I will see you tomorrow, where the goal will be the same as today, where I will definitely do 2 chapters, but if I can do more than that, it'll be great. So I will see you in the morning, in the afternoon. I really don't know, whenever I get to editing. So it is about 11:30 in the morning on Tuesday. If I said it was Tuesday yesterday, just ignore me, I'm stupid. I genuinely thought it was Tuesday for a majority of yesterday, but it definitely was Monday. Today's Tuesday. And I was actually on a roll with editing, and I edited a whole chapter already, but just as I was about to start the second chapter of the day, my internet cut out, and it's not on our end, it's definitely the provider, so we just have to wait for them to get their stuff together and figure it out. So I guess I'm gonna have lunch now, and I'll see you later. Okay, it is now 12:30, and in the past hour-ish and change that I wasn't able to use my computer, I washed the dishes, which I desperately needed to do. I've been slacking on that these past couple days, so it's great to have a mostly empty sink now. There's still a couple of pots and pans, but I couldn't fit those in the dish rack, so I will do those probably tonight after dinner. But I did do the majority of the dishes. I had lunch, which ended up just being a bowl of cereal, because I didn't feel like cooking and dirtying even more dishes after just cleaning some. And then I edited that second chapter, so I'm thinking I might get back to editing later today because I did scroll ahead, and the next few chapters are also short. The first chapter I edited today was only 4 pages, the second one was 2.5, so very short. The next few are slightly longer than that, they're about 5 or 6 pages each, but I think if I've got some extra time tonight, why not do another chapter or two? So we will see if that happens. Okay, friends, it is now just about 6:30 p.m. I have in fact edited a 3rd chapter today, so go me, I'm killing it. We have so few chapters left to go. 7 chapters and the epilogue, so like 8, I guess. That's so few. I'm really in the home stretch here. I am not going to do all 8 tomorrow, but like a few extra days after that, for sure. Tomorrow, I'm going to set my goal at 3, because I was able to do 3 today. I should be able to do 3 tomorrow, and then that leaves me with only 5 afterwards, and I think that's good progress. For these past 4 days, if I manage to do, what would that be? That'd be 10 chapters in this vlog? I think that's great. I think that's a fine goal to set, so that's what we're going to go with. But now, I am going to go watch a movie with my boyfriend, and then probably call it a night. So I will see you tomorrow. Okay, first of all, I'm sorry if it's really dark in this clip. I don't feel like getting up to turn on the light. It is 1 p.m. on Wednesday, and excuse me, I have not had the morning I expected. I woke up at about 5 or 10 minutes past 9 to a text message in a group chat being like, hey, we're about to start the meeting. Why are only 3 people here? Like, where's everyone else? So it wasn't just me that forgot about this meeting for work. It was literally half of the people that were supposed to be there. But I was like, oh my god, I forgot about this meeting, so I had to like get dressed as quickly as possible. My boyfriend drove me over, thankfully. And so I made it, only a few minutes late, but like super stressed right from the get-go. And then that meeting was 3 hours long. I didn't think it would be that long, but it was so long. And then I walked home. I did stop at a little cafe on the way home, so I do have a nice chai latte. And also I have a muffin, but that's not from the cafe. This is from the grocery store. But I only got home like 20 minutes ago, and what I did was go to the bathroom, put the laundry in because I have to wash laundry today, did my stretches that I usually do right when I first wake up that I didn't have time to do this morning, and then I'm sitting down to film this update. It's been insane. I need some time to chill and like reorient myself for the rest of the day so I'm not like super all over the place. I don't know what this means for edits, how this bodes. I'm still going to, I think, try and get those 3 chapters done. I don't know how long those chapters are, so I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm still hoping to get those 3 chapters done. And when I do, then we will come back and close out this vlog. But just so we're all on the same page, it might take me a while to get to that because I had my entire morning completely taken up by stuff that I forgot about. So I have way less time to do everything that I had planned on doing today. So I will edit at some point and come back to talk to you about it. Okay, it is now 6:15 p.m. I apologize for all of the sounds happening outside. There's a lot of cars going by. There's this weird buzzing sound. Maybe someone's using a power tool. I have no idea. But I have officially finished the 3rd chapter to edit today. And it was like pulling teeth. But I got it done. And now we're here. And I'm ending this vlog. And I'm so happy to be doing that. Oh man, we really had some high highs and some low lows here, didn't we? But I did, in fact, get 10 chapters edited in the past 4 days, which is phenomenal. And now I only have 5 left. Well, 4 chapters and the epilogue. Whatever. Semantics. I am so freaking tired. I'm proud of the work that I've done, but I'm also happy to not have any more to do today. So, the plan now, I'm gonna feed myself, then I'm gonna feed my cats, then I'm gonna take an unnecessarily long and comforting shower, and then I'm gonna do absolutely nothing for the rest of the evening. And by absolutely nothing, I mean like pop on some YouTube videos and get some reading done. Just relax. Do nothing of consequence. I'm just so tired, as I've mentioned. Ugh. Anyway, this was still fun. I still had a good time pushing myself to get more editing done because I know it's something that I have to do. And the sooner I get it done, the better. So, yeah, successful vlog. But we have now come to the end of it. And if you've enjoyed, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content. And that way I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.